Oh, no. I asked just what is, I asked what is function. Huh? Oh, sorry. What is relation? Your answer is right. My question is only wrong. What is function? What is relation?
For an element in the first set, if it is mapped to another element in another set, then it is a relation.
Okay, see, but very simply I gave the definition which says that it's a subset of two non-empty Cartesian product. Correct? If I have a subset of two non-empty Cartesian product, then I can call it as what? Relation. Okay. So we saw about the what is the domain of a relation, what is codomain of a relation, what is the range of the relation. I hope I'm just recalling what I taught in the last class. Okay, what is the domain of the relation? The ordered parallel. What comes in the first? I'm going to take it as what? Domain. And what can be come as second? I'm going to call it as what? Codomain. And which is going to be, which is going came in the ordered pair? I'm going to call it as what? Range. Okay. So I hope you remember that. Then we went for yes, first one the empty relation. Definitely the empty set is also a subset of a relation. Oh, correct. Empty set number relation sollama illaya. So what empty set says? Okay, I am having empty set. Whether it's a subset, definitely it's a subset. We are going to call it, it's a special name called empty relation. We call it the separate name called empty relation. Sir, when I have A related to B and I got all the elements in the subset, all the elements in the Cartesian product, I am going to call it as what? Universal relation. Universal? Sir. Yeah. ஆமாண்டா 8 மணிக்கு தான் ஆரம்பிச்சது. குட் ஈவினிங். ஏன் லேட்டு? டேய் கோபி, டேய் கோபி, உனக்கு ஆன்லைன் கொடுத்தது தானே இந்த பிரச்சனை. நீ எப்படி இங்க ஒரு நான் அடுத்த வாரம் பேசிக்கிறேன், உங்க அப்பா கிட்ட பேசிக்கிறேன். ஓகே ஓகே. ஸோ என்ன பண்ண போறோம்? when we have a relation which where all the A cross B elements are there in the relation, I'm going to call it as what? Universal relation. And sometimes the both the relation together we call it as trivial relation. Correct? And we saw about identity relation. What is identity relation? The relation where the elements of itself will relate it to itself. A comma A, B comma B, 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, that alone will be there. Then I am going to call it as what? Identity relation. This is out of syllabus. Unga syllabus la irukadu, but I want to say so, adanal na solren. Next we went for reflexive relation. What reflexive relation says? Reflexive relation says if a element, if enkita A irukku, A is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3, and if I am saying A related to A and I want to have all the every element of A related to itself, so it means 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3. Sir, with this if I add something else, whether this will be a reflexive? Yes. Sir, if I am having 2 comma 3, whether it's a reflexive? Yes. No worries. Only thing what I want is whether the element related to itself is there for every. So if I add 4 here, whether it's a reflexive? Later varakoodadra seekirava. No, it is not. Enna add panna idu reflexive ah maarum? Yeah, just add 4 comma 4, it becomes reflexive. It becomes reflexive. So appa reflexive patti I hope you have an idea, right? Okay. Now after this what we saw அப்படினா என்ன நம்ம அடுத்து என்ன பார்த்தோம் அப்படினா reflexive relation க்கு அப்புறம் we saw about symmetric relation. I am not teaching anything new, man. எல்லா last classல என்ன நடத்துனமோ just recalling, right? So when I go for symmetric relation, what relation says? If A comma B related to, if A comma B is in the element, if the element of the relation, then definitely I should also have B comma A. If A comma B, if and only if A comma B is in relation, I hope you know this belongs to. If A comma B belongs to R, then definitely B comma A also should be belongs to R. So we can say it as what? Symmetric relation. So I'll write some relation, guys. I'll write some relation. Okay. Can you say whether it's a symmetric or not? Solla mudiyuma? If I have A related to A, where A is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4, okay, A related to A, 1 comma 1, 2 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 1 comma 2, 3 comma 3, 4 comma 4. Guys, whether it is symmetric? Whether it is symmetric? Yes, it is symmetric. Okay. Why it is symmetric? Sir, I have only one A comma B. Yes, I have only A comma B. Only one A comma B. For that, I have B comma A. Sir, what about these things? These are A comma A. I need not to worry about. Okay. Now, whether it is reflexive? Whether it is reflexive? Nalla nyabam vechiko. It can be example of any type of relation. Yes, definitely it is reflexive and also symmetric. This relation is an example of symmetric and reflexive. Okay. இதுவும் நம்ம லாஸ்ட் கிளாஸ்லயே பார்த்துட்டோம் இல்லையா? So the number of relation which can be formed, நான் அதுக்கு ஃபார்முலா சொன்னேன். If I have A equal to 1, 2, 3, B equal to A comma B comma C. Guys, A related to B, how many relation is possible? 2 power mn. M க்கு பதிலா இங்க 4 இருக்கு. n க்கு பதிலா yes, what is that? 2 power right, 2 power 12. So I hope you understand இது ஏன்னு பார்த்தோம். Because the power set, the number of element in the power set ஓட formula என்ன? 2 power n. And what is the definition of function? Definition of function is nothing but it's a subset of Cartesian product of two non-empty sets. அப்போ அதோட subset தானே? We know that here how many set of pairs is going to be, a set of ordered pair is going to be in A Cartesian product B. எத்தனை? Which is 4, is 3, so 12. So I'm going to have 12 elements and number of subsets is going to be 2 power 12. See, இதை கொஞ்சோண்டு லைட்டா மாத்தி இப்படி கேட்பாங்க. How many non-empty sets are possible? Very good. 2 power 12 minus 1. Only one empty set is possible, sir. How many non-universal set relations are possible? Adhe minus 1 da. How many non-trivial relations are possible? 2, because there are 2 trivial relations. What are they? Empty and universal. Guys, are you getting this? Guys, I hope you can able to follow this, right? புரிஞ்சுதா இது? So 2 power n minus 2. இது பாரு, இது ஃபார்முலாவா படிச்சிக்க கூடாது. But in 1 mark it will be like this. In 1 mark the question will be like this. The number of relation, non-empty relation, number of non-universal relation, number of non-trivial relation. You need to know this while using this formula. I hope you got this, right? Okay. Now we are going to the very important third type, that is transitive relation. நிறைய பேருக்கு ஸ்கூல்ல கூட இதுதான் பிரச்சனையா இருந்திருக்கும். கரெக்டா இல்லையா? நிறைய பேர் நடத்திருக்க மாட்டாங்க. ஓகே. So what is transitive relation? A transitive relation says if A comma B belongs to R and B comma C belongs to R, then definitely A comma C should be in the relation. Come on. If and only if A comma B belongs to R, B comma C belongs to R. And na enna artham theriyum, rendu irukanum. Okay, if A comma B belongs to R and B comma C belongs to R, then definitely A comma C also belongs to R. Then we can say this relation as transitive relation. Let me take an example. Example பார்க்கலாமா? Okay. So transitive கான example or நான் எழுதுறேன். A is equal to 1, 2, 3 and A related to A, I am going to write the relation which is 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1, 3. Please. Why are you late? Usual time. Guys, whether it is symmetric.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is symmetric. 1, 3 இருக்கு, 3, 1 இருக்கு. கரெக்டா? Whether it is transitive. Yeah, Akhilesh, can you answer?
Yes, sir, it is a transitive, sir.
Yes, it is transitive. Why? Because, sir, I want to worry about here. A comma B, B comma B comma A மாதிரி இருக்கு. நான் C ன்னு எடுத்துக்கிட்டா கூட 1 comma 1 is already there. 1 comma 1 is already there. Okay, sir. If I write this 2, whether this is now transitive?
No, it is not a transitive.
Very good. என்ன add பண்ணா transitive-ஆ மாறும்? 1 comma 2. கரெக்டா? 1 comma 2 add பண்ணா transitive-ஆ மாறிடுமா?
No, sir.
I'll come back. 1 comma 2 add பண்ணனும். But 1 comma 2 add பண்ணோம்னா இன்னொரு பிரச்சனை வந்துருச்சு. Now this is A comma B, then B comma C. Then once again, anyway, 2 comma 2 is already there. Yes, it remains transitive. Okay, it takes time, guys. கவலைப்படாதீங்க, ஒண்ணும் இல்ல. இப்போ என்னன்னா A comma B இருந்து B comma C இருந்தா I have to search for A comma C 2. A comma C யும் I want to search. Okay, I'll write an example. Another example, I'll go for 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2. Whether this is transitive?
No. Yes. Yeah, it is. No, sir.
No.
It is transitive. It is transitive. Yeah, it's transitive. No, sir, it's not transitive.
I have A comma B here. Whether any element is starting with 2 here?
No, sir.
இதுல அதான் கண்டிஷன். என்னன்னா இதோட பியூட்டி என்னன்னா, when I don't have A comma B and B comma C, then also it is transitive. Okay, now let us go to our classical example. என்னோட empty set transitive-ஆ? Whether my empty set is transitive? Surya, what do you think? Whether empty set is transitive?
I think it is transitive.
Yes, it is transitive, because if I have A comma B and B comma C, then I want to worry about my A comma C. Sir, inga A comma B யும் இல்ல, B comma C யும் இல்ல, I need not to worry. Okay, guys, I am writing a relation which is 1 comma 1. Whether it is transitive? Whether it is transitive? Yes, it is transitive. Yes, sir, I have a relation where I have 1 comma 2. Whether it is a transitive? Yes, it is a transitive. I want to check two conditions. If both the condition is alive, then I want the third condition, which is A comma C. A comma B இருந்து B comma C இருந்தா I want to worry about what? A comma C. Otherwise, no issues. Otherwise, no issues. Guys, புரிஞ்சுதா? Huh? Okay. Now, let me take an example. Yeah.
Can you please explain how 1 comma 1 is transitive?
See, when I have 1 comma 1, what transitive condition says? If I have A comma B and B comma C, then I need to worry about A comma C, right? Whether A comma A alone is there here. Okay, here I have A comma B, but the problem is I am not having what? B comma C. ரெண்டும் இருந்தாதான் I want to worry about the A comma C. If I don't have anything, then also it remains transitive. See, transitive will fail when A comma B and B comma C comes and A comma C doesn't comes. புரியுதா? A comma B வந்து B comma C வந்துட்டு A comma C வரலனா, then the transitive will fail. Otherwise, it remains transitive. Clear? Now I'll write an example. Okay, you can able to say what type of relation it is. 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3, where A is 1 comma 2 comma 3, A is 1 comma 2 comma 3, and A related to A. A related to A.
It is reflexive.
Definitely it is a reflexive. Yes, it is reflexive. Yeah, I have 1 comma 1, I have 2 comma 2, I have 3 comma 3. So it is reflexive. Whether it is symmetric? Yes, sir, it is symmetric. It is symmetric ta. Yes, symmetric, because I add A comma B illa, sir. I don't have any A comma B. I don't have any A comma B to search for B comma C. Or if I take this as A comma B, இதோட transpose என்ன b comma a already there sir, right? So it remains symmetric. Whether it is transitive, yes it is transitive. Why it is transitive sir? Why it is transitive? ஏனா I can't able to find any a comma b and b comma c. If I get a comma b and b comma c, then I can say that there is no a comma c, so it is not transitive. But அப்படி இல்ல, so it remains. When a relation passes all three type, reflexive, symmetric and transitive, we call this type of relation as equivalence relation. Okay, so we are going to call this relation as what? Equivalence relation. Okay. Okay, please sir, take down the transitive. I think up to symmetric you should have written, right? எழுதிருக்கீங்களே ஏற்கனவே. Come on. So guys, this is the very important part of this unit. யாருக்காவது இதுல ஏதாவது doubt இருந்ததுன்னா you can stop me. I will go very slow. No issues on that. Surya, you have any doubts? Tanushya, you have any doubts?
No sir.
Darshan? See, reflexive என்ன சொல்லுதுன்னா Darshan, if all the elements of A related to itself, for example A ல 1 2 3 இருக்குன்னு வை, A ல 1 2 3 இருக்குன்னு வை, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 should be there in the relation.
Okay sir.
Okay, now I will ask you a question. இப்போ A ல வந்து A, B இருக்கு, A ல A, B இருக்கு, when you can call the set as reflexive?
A, B, B.
அவ்வளவுதான், முடிஞ்சு போச்சு. கூட எக்ஸ்ட்ராவா எது வேணாலும் இருக்கலாம், பட் இதுல இருந்து எதுவும் குறைய கூடாது, இதுல இருந்து எதுவும் குறைய கூடாது.
Okay sir, thank you.
எல்லா எக்ஸாம்பிள் இல்ல, மெயினா இது வரைக்கும் எழுதுங்க, மெயினா இது வரைக்கும், சாரி இந்த லைன் வரைக்கும் மெயினா எழுதிக்கோங்க. this is just an example that you நீங்களே எழுதிக்கலாம்ல, ஒரு ரிஃப்ளெக்சிவ் கோட எக்ஸாம்பிள், கரெக்ட்டா? ஒரு ரிஃப்ளெக்சிவ் கோட எக்ஸாம்பிள் நீங்களே எழுதிக்கோங்க. don't copy from the board, நீங்களே ஒரு ரிஃப்ளெக்சிவ் எக்ஸாம்பிள் எழுதிக்கோங்க, so that you will get confident. so எப்ப ஒரு ரிலேஷனை நம்ம டிரான்சிட்டிவ்னு சொல்லுவோம், if that relation having a comma b and b comma c, and yes, if they have, if and only if a comma b and b comma c both are belongs to a relation, then a comma c also should be there. புரிஞ்சுதா? then only we can say the relation as transitive relation. இல்ல சார் எனக்கு இது வரவே இல்லனாலும் it remains a transitive. okay, yeah.
So in case A, C இல்லனா அப்ப transitive or non-transitive?
Non-transitive. Akhilesh,
Okay.
if a comma b comes and b comma c comes, definitely a comma c should be.
Okay sir.
டேய் இங்க இருக்கு பாரு, இந்த 3 லைனையும் எழுதிக்கோ. இந்த 3 லைன் தான், this 3 line is going to fetch you at least 3 marks in your board exam. Definitely there will be a 5 mark question and you have to write this one as it is. In the 3 lines you have to write as it is. So when you are copying itself, please read it. கொஞ்சம் வேகமா. சரத், you are in dream. முடிச்சிட்டியா this one? அது இல்லையா? உங்க ஸ்கூல்ல லீவ் இல்லையா அடுத்த வாரம்? உங்க ஸ்கூல் சென்டர் இல்லையா? போர்டு எக்ஸாம் சென்டர் இல்ல? இல்ல, எஸ்எஸ்எம்க்குலாம் 15 நாள் லீவா, எக்ஸாம் முடிகிற வரைக்கும் லீவா? Guys, tomorrow you guys will have 2 hours of chemistry class. Please note, tomorrow you will have from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock chemistry class. Okay? So for the first few days, konjam the timetable konjam unable to follow பண்றதா இருக்கும் நீங்க, but you just note it down guys. Tomorrow from 7 to 9 you guys will have chemistry class. Clear? Sharath, you have some other plan?
Okay sir.
என்ன plan? எங்க நாளைக்கு ஸ்கூல் லீவா? ஸ்கூல் இருக்கு, வந்துட்டு கிளம்புற. ஓகே, we'll have recording, but attending live classes. இப்போ எழுதிட்டீங்களா? ஓகே, எழுதிருப்பீங்க நம்புறேன். Let us take an example. A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Correct? Let us check whether this relation is equivalence. Whether it is transitive first, reflexive first, sorry. Whether it is reflexive first. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Super, it is reflexive. Next we want to go for symmetric. So these 4 elements, no issue size. 2, 3, I want to search for 3, 2 is there. Sir, 3, 4, I want to search for 4, 3 is there. Sir, 4, 2, I have 2, 4. Super. No element is having A, B and not having B, A. Correct? A, B irundhu B, A illama illa. So every element is having their own B, A. So definitely is reflexive. It passed 2. Let us go for the third one. Third is what? Transitive. So I will go for here. நான் என்ன பண்றேன், transitive தான் கொஞ்சம் ஜாக்கிரதையா பாக்க. I have A, B here, and here B, C. So what is A, C is 2, 2 which is already there. Right? I have A, B as this one, and I have B, A as this one, and I have 3, 3 already present here, so no need to worry. 4, 2 we have, and 2, 4 we have, and 4, 4 is already present here. Right? Whether we can conclude this to be a transitive? Yes? Yes. The transitive will fail only when A, B comes and B, C comes, but A, C doesn't comes. புரிஞ்சுதா? ஓகே, இது அப்படியே இருக்கட்டும். எல்லாருமே நோட்டை க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. ஜஸ்ட் we can have a discussion. புக் கொடுறேன். ஓகே, நான் சில ரியல் டைம் எக்ஸாம்பிள் சொல்றேன். Can you check whether it is a reflexive, transitive? செக் பண்ணலாமா? நான் சில ரியல் டைம் எக்ஸாம்பிள் சொல்றேன். Let us check whether the whatever example I am saying is a reflexive or symmetric. அந்த மாதிரி நம்ம பார்க்கலாம். சரியா? So I am writing an example. Okay. R is equal to x, y. Okay. Where x and y works in same place. Okay, see guys, this is the set builder form of defining a relation. நான் இதுக்கு முன்னாடி எழுதுறதெல்லாம் roster form. I just wrote the elements of the relation. Now this is set builder form of a relation. What it says, x, y will become a relation when x, y works in the same place. When x, y works in the same place. இப்போ இதுக்கு வந்து நம்பர் கிடையாதுல்ல, நான் எழுதுற மாதிரி நம்பர் கிடையாது. We want to think there is a company. I am going to pick 2 people. Okay, I am going to pick 2 people. If they work in the same place, I will consider them to be a related. அவங்க ரெண்டு பேரும் ரிலேட்டட்னு முடிவு பண்ணிடுவேன். Let me take a guy called Ramesh, Suresh and Rajesh working in a place. ஒரே இடத்துல வேலை செய்றாங்கன்னு வெச்சுக்கோ. Okay? So now the first thing is reflexive. Reflexive na enna? The same element should be related to itself. Correct? If I take Ramesh, Ramesh, whether both the Ramesh works in the same place, amalla. Right இல்லையா? Because Ramesh works in a for some company. அவன் பேர் ஏதாண்டா அடுத்ததும் வருது. Then they both should be working for the same company. Whether Suresh comma Suresh will be the same. Rajesh comma Rajesh will be the same. Whether every element related to itself. Whether we can say this relation as reflexive. Yes, it is reflexive. Yes, are you getting? Okay, let us go for symmetric. If Ramesh comma Suresh works in the same place, Suresh comma Ramesh will work in some other place. They also work in the same place. Whether we can say this an example of symmetric too? Yes? Okay. Now, Ramesh comma Suresh. Kirtana, please reduce the sound, no? Speaker sound.
Okay.
So if Ramesh comma Suresh works in the same place, then Suresh comma Rajesh works in the same place. They both will be in the relation. Why? Because condition in x comma y works in the same place. Ipo Ramesh comma Suresh works in the same place, so they will be related. Suresh and Rajesh work in the same place, so they are related. Now guys, can you say Ramesh and Rajesh work in the same place? So it is a transitive. It's a transitive. So whether it is an equivalence relation? Yes, it is an equivalence relation. Right guys? Okay, let me take another example. R is equal to Kirtana ma'am, can you able to reduce the sound of the board?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I reduced, sir.
X and Y okay, X is a wife of Y. X is a wife of Y. Guys, very funny thing. We can't be wife to ourselves. Ramesh comma Ramesh cannot make a pair. So it is not a reflexive. It failed in reflexive. See, now ஒரு விஷயம் சொல்றேன். If they ask you to check for equivalence relation, one minute. What happened?
So it's because of the mic. We have to keep. I told her to. She is keeping the volume on this 0. And also, it's coming. The reflection is coming.
So what it
We
means?
have to mute it, sir. From there.
But when they ask something, they don't.
We have to. I'll ask ma'am to stand here itself. If they have any
Okay,
questions,
yes, I'll do that. Okay. So definitely one cannot be wife to themselves. Okay. Let me take an example. Ram comma Ram cannot wife to each. Even Sita comma Sita cannot be wife to each. So it is definitely not reflexive. But one thing, Ipo, in the question, if they ask whether it is an equivalence relation, we can stop here itself because it failed in equivalence. Say reflexive itself. Need not to check symmetric and transitive. But number one na check பண்ணலாம். Let us go to symmetric. Whether it is symmetric? No. No? Definite? No. Why it is not here symmetric is Ram comma Sita makes a Sita comma Ram. Sita is wife of Ram. Sita comma Ram. But Ram comma Sita cannot be. Because Ram is the husband of Sita. Are you getting? Ram is the husband of Sita, not a wife. Correct? So definitely it is not symmetric. Okay guys, whether it is transitive. Okay. How many of you say yes? Whether it is transitive, how many of you say yes? Kai thukunga hand raise. Okay. So many says it is transitive. Okay, how many of you say not a transitive? Nalla kai thukuma enna thappipa? Not a transitive. Okay, guys. Okay. Nalla yosichu paru. when I have what I told, Ram, Sita comma Ram will be there. Ram cannot be wife for anybody. So I have A comma B, but there is no chance of B comma C. When I have A comma B, but I can't able to make B comma C itself, then it is transitive. Correct? Guys, are you getting this? Guys, are you getting this? புரிஞ்சுதா? Anybody, I want to repeat this. Not transitive நினைச்சீங்கல்ல, அவங்களுக்காக தான் திருப்பி சொல்றேன். It is transitive. Why? Because A comma B will form, Sita comma Ram will form. But in any case, Ram cannot be wife for anybody. So A comma B is possible, but B comma C is impossible. So we can't say, we can say this as a transitive. Guys, are you getting this? Clear arga? Huh? Okay. Now let me take another example. R is equal to X comma Y. The bar, this one failed in reflexive, failed in symmetric, but passed in transitive. Okay, X comma Y, where X is father of Y. If X is father of Y. Okay, can you able to say whether it is a reflexive? Guys, whether it is reflexive? No, because someone cannot be father to himself. Correct? So nobody can be father to himself. So X comma X or A comma A or B comma B is impossible. So we can say very boldly, it is not a reflexive. Sir, symmetric. Can we say it is symmetric? Huh? Sure. Yes. If I say Ramesh comma Suresh, where Ramesh is the father of Suresh, but we can't say Suresh is the father of, it will be son. Correct? It will be a son. Correct? Appo definitely it is not symmetric. Whether it is transitive. Transitive la tha prachana irukum. Solunga, transitive ah? No.
Yes.
Yes. No. Yes. Wait. Okay, so I will come for one by one. Karthikeyan, what you feel? Whether what I told is transitive? Okay, Sailesh, what you feel?
It's not transitive.
Not transitive. Okay, Tanushya, what you feel? Okay, I feel she is also saying transitive. Arshita, what you feel?
It is transitive.
Okay, let me explain one thing. Let me take Ramesh, Suresh and Rajesh. Ramesh, சுரேஷோட அப்பா. சுரேஷுக்கு ஒரு பையன் இருக்கான், அவன் பேர் தான் ராஜேஷ். Okay, grandfather, father can be, father, son can be. Now grandfather and son has the relation of not father. Whether it failed, A comma B came, B comma C came, but not A comma C is possible. Whether shall I say this as not transitive? It is not transitive. Guys, are you getting this? டே கொஞ்சம் டீப்பா யோசிக்கணும்டா. புரியுதா? ரொம்ப மேலோட்டமா பார்த்தா அப்படிதான் இருக்கும். We want to think little deep. Okay, Surya, are you understanding this one?
Yes, sir.
Sailesh?
Yeah.
Saravanan? Saravanan? Saravanan வீட்டு ஃபேன் அழகா இருக்கு. Okay, okay, okay. You are here, there. Okay, what about Diksha? Diksha? தப்பா சொல்றேன் பேரு. Okay. So, all SSM Nagar people, Reni, Pratishita and Akhilesh, are you getting this father, son, grandson relation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, super. So, let me take another example. Okay. So relation is defined as x comma y where x minus y is even. Where x minus y is even. Modulus போட்டிருக்கேன். Can you say it is a reflexive? Can you say it is a reflexive?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, if the same number divides subtract itself, the number what I am going to obtain is 0. If I say 5 comma 5, 5 minus 5 is 0. 6 minus 6 is 0. Whether 0 is even? Definitely 0 is even. புரிஞ்சுதா? 0 is even. So I can say it is reflexive. Guys, are you getting this? Okay, guys. Whether it is symmetric? Yes. Why? Because if I get x comma y, let me take an example of 5 comma 7. I'll get 2. 7 comma 5, 2, because I have modulus. If that is remain even, this also remains even. Correct? If x comma y is present in the relation. Every ma? Yeah.
So in case 5 comma 4 is
5 comma 4 relation liye select agada Kilesh. ஏனா 5 comma 4 5 minus 4 is 1. 1 is not even.
Yes, sir.
அப்போ 5 comma 4 உள்ளேயே வராது. So no need to worry about that.
Okay, sir.
நான் எப்போ ரெண்டு நம்பர்ஸ் நான் ரிலேஷனா செலக்ட் பண்ணுவேன்னா when the subtraction, the modular subtraction is going to be a even number. So 1 minus 1 is going to end in 0. 2 minus 2, 2 comma 2 end in 0. 3 comma 3 end in 0. 5 comma 5 end in 0. So no issues. Definitely the number itself together, when they related to itself, it remains an even number. Sir, when 1 comma 3 is selected, or 5 comma 9 is selected, or 10 comma 20 is selected, definitely a comma b, b comma a also will be selected, because that also remains even. Sir, transitive? Yes. Sir, நமக்கு ஏன்னு புரியுது, because if I have a minus b, let me take this as 2k. What is 2k? K is some constant. I am going to get some even number. So definitely I am going to have another one thing called b comma c. That also remains what? 2k, 1 and 2. I'll take it as 2 constant. They both will be there in the relation because they gives the subtraction of even number. Now when I add it, when I add this, what I will get? A minus b plus b get cancelled. So I'll get a minus c. A minus c will remain in 2 into k1 minus k2. Correct? Whether this also remains a even? If a minus c comes as 2 even number, whether a comma c belongs to the relation? Whether it belongs to the relation? So a comma b belongs to the relation, b comma c belongs to the relation, and a comma c also belongs to the relation. Yeah, what is it? I am subtracting. Oh, I added. Okay. Okay, correct. Plus the. Okay. So a minus c result in what? Even number. So since it is even number, a comma c also belongs to R. Sir, now I can able to understand the question. How to write it for 3 mark or 5 mark? புரியுதா? இப்போ எனக்கு வந்து if I give something like this, I hope you can able to understand it. But how to get the 5 full mark? I told you to write the 3 lines, you remember? Yes. If this question is asked in 5 mark, okay, or 3 mark, what you supposed to do is this one. நான் இப்போ எழுதுறேன், இந்த மாதிரி தான் எழுதணும். So whatever I'm writing now, this is going to be there in the marking scheme. So if this is there alone, you can able to get the full marks. Okay. The first thing, you want to write the word reflexive, and you want to write the definition of it. எப்படி இருக்கும் definition? எழுதுனீங்க, எப்படி இருக்கும்? If a comma a belongs to R for every a belongs to capital A. So this is what you might be written. First you write this. Now here in this place, modulus of a minus a comes as 0. Write this. Then 0 is a even number. 0 is a even number. So it is reflexive. Guys, you got 1.5 marks for this. You got 1.5 marks for this. 5 mark question, this 1.5 marks. Next, you will go for symmetric. Correct? You write the word symmetric and write the definition. If A comma B belongs to R, and then B comma A also belongs to R for every A comma B comma belongs to capital A. Definition. Then you have to write modulus of A minus B is equal to 2K1. K1 is constant. K1 is some constant. Okay. So what happens to B minus A? That also remains 2K1. Correct? Well, since it has modulus, even the subtraction sign will not come. Correct? So here I can write, since A comma B and B comma A belongs to the relation, we can conclude this as what? Symmetric. Right? Now I'll go to the third part. Third part, see what I'm sure. Okay, I'll write here. Okay, write the word transitive and write the definition of transitive. If A comma B belongs to R and B comma C belongs to R, then A comma C should be belongs to R for every A comma B comma C belongs to capital A. Definition. Then I asked, now we want to write all the things what we have written. A minus B is equal to 2K1. It means that it is an even number. So B minus C will be equal to 2K2. What this means? B minus C also, it's a, okay. Now what happens to A minus B? So if I add this, I'll get minus plus B get cancelled. So A minus C also comes as 2 into K1 plus K2. So we can conclude A minus C also ends with even number. So this is transitive. See, if A minus C is having a difference of multiples of 2, so A comma C should be belongs to what? Relation. Okay guys, the professional way we want to write. See, many people think, sir, I will write 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 belongs to R. You will write a number here to explain it or prove it. You should not do when the case is proving. Case successful, I should not use a number. But if it fails, I can show the number. If it fails, I can show the number. But if it is a generic thing, I should not use the number. But sir, fail, sir, I can show the number. But I should not show the number when it is passing a relation. Guys, note down this. Many people will write, now first test la papa, number sir, I got it, sir. Yes, sir. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. You will write like that. We will not get marks. Because to explain, I told it as number. It need not to be number itself. It can be integer, negative integer. It can be any real numbers also. Need not to be a natural number. So it has lot of difficulties. Guys, are you getting this? So now shall I give you, please copy down fast. Sir, while copying down, please remember we have sent you a Excel file in the group. Have you seen? Or Excel amchirkom. If you fill the Excel, you will get the app of 12th, where all the recording, all the question papers, everything will be uploaded. Okay, va? So what you guys has to do is you just fill the form. While filling the form, phone number alone, you just write the phone number which you will get the OTP. OTP varra mari phone number eludhu. Don't write, sir, I got one number which is not recharged. Okay, so please write the number which is currently in use. Okay, so do as early as possible, possibly today, so that you guys will get the app.
Sir,
யா
sir, in case A, B வந்து relation, B, C. In case C இல்லனா அப்ப transitive ஆ இருக்கும் sir.
கேன் யூ கம் அகைன் கைலாஷ் அகிலேஷ்?
A, B இருக்கு sir.
ஓகே,
B, C அப்ப C இல்லனா அப்ப transitive ஆ sir?
ஏ கமா பி இருக்குன்னு புரிஞ்சுது. அடுத்து என்ன கேட்ட?
B, C.
பி கமா சி.
In case C இல்லனா அது transitive ஆ கேக்குறேன் sir.
பி கமா சி இருக்குன்னு சொல்றியா இல்லன்னு சொல்றியா?
C இல்லனா
இது இல்லன்னா நோ இஷ்யூஸ்ல. when I use the and அகிலேஷ், நான் வந்து அண்ட்னு சொல்லியிருக்கேன் இல்லையா? ஏ கமா பி அண்ட் பி கமா சின்னு சொல்றேன். இந்த அண்டுக்கு என்ன அர்த்தம் தெரியுமா? both should be true. புரியுதா? இது ரெண்டும் இருந்தாதான் I want to worry about A, C. புரியுதா? நீ வந்து ஒரு இடத்துக்கு போற, ஓகே, ஒரு ஹோட்டல் நேம் சொல்றேன், அங்க பூரி நல்லா இருக்கும் சாப்பிடுன்னு சொல்றேன் அகிலேஷ். சரியா? ஒரு ஹோட்டல் பேர் சொல்லி எக்ஸாம்பிள் வச்சுக்குவோம். ஏ டு பி போ, பூரி நல்லா இருக்கும் சாப்பிடுன்னு சொல்றேன். சரியா அகிலேஷ்? ஆர் யூ கெட்டிங் தி எக்ஸாம்பிள்? நான் இன்னும் சொல்லி முடிக்கல, பட் யூ ஆர் ஃபாலோயிங் நோ. இப்போ நீ வந்து ஏ டு பிக்கு போயிட்ட, ஓகே, ஒரு இடத்துல ஏ டு பி இருக்குன்னு சொல்றேன். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் பெருங்குளத்தூர்ல ஏ டு பி இருக்கு, போய் சாப்பிடுன்னு சொல்றேன். ஓகே, நீ பெருங்குளத்தூருக்கு போற, ஏ டு பியே இல்ல. ஓகே, இப்போ நீ பூரி சாப்பிட்டுருப்பியான்னு கேட்டா இல்ல. கரெக்டா?
Yes sir.
இப்ப நாளைக்கு உங்ககிட்ட வந்து ஏ டு பி பூரி எப்படி இருந்ததுன்னு கேட்டா நீ பதில் என்ன சொல்லுவ?
அங்க இல்லன்னு சொல்லிடுவேன் sir.
உன்னால பதில் சொல்ல முடியாது. கரெக்டா இல்லையா?
Right sir.
அதுவுமே டிரான்சிட்டிவ் தான். உன்னால என்ன கண்டுபிடிக்க முடியல? ஏ கமா பியே கண்டுபிடிக்க முடியல, ஏ டு பி கண்டுபிடிக்க முடியல. இன்கேஸ் நீ ஏ டு பி பார்த்துட்ட, அங்க பூரி இல்ல, இப்போ உன்னால பூரி எப்படி இருந்துச்சுன்னு கேட்டா சொல்ல முடியுமா?
சொல்ல முடியாது sir.
இப்பயும் சொல்ல முடியாது. இதுவும் டிரான்சிட்டிவ் தான்.
Okay sir.
சார், நான் ஏ டு பி போயிட்டேன், பூரியும் சாப்பிட்டுட்டேன், நான் நல்லா இருக்கும்னு சொன்னேன், நீ நல்லா இல்லைன்னு சொல்ற. நீ நல்லா இருக்குன்னு சொல்லிட்டீனா அது டிரான்சிட்டிவ், நல்லா இல்லைன்னு சொல்லிட்டீனா அது நாட் டிரான்சிட்டிவ். ஏ கமா பி இருக்கு, பி கமா சி இருக்கு, நான் சொன்ன அதே விஷயத்தை நீ சொல்லிட்டீனா ஏ கமா சியும் அங்க இருக்கு, so it becomes transitive. இல்ல சார்,
Okay sir.
if I am not having A, C, so you will end up with not transitive. Okay, ரொம்ப சிம்பிளா வச்சுக்கோ, அவ்வளவுதான். A, B இருக்கணும், B, C இருக்கணும். Then if both are true, then I also want to A, C. நான் ரொம்ப சிம்பிள் எக்ஸாம்பிள் சொன்னேன். empty relation is a transitive. Why? Because I am not finding A, B itself. Okay, இல்ல சார், I found A, B, but I am not having B, C. Then also it is transitive. Sir, I have A, B and B, C, but I am not having A, C. This case alone, it fails. It is not a transitive. புரிஞ்சுதா?
Okay sir.
Okay. So I hope you might be copied this. I will go for another example. இதெல்லாம் எழுதி முடிச்சிருப்பீங்க நம்புறேன். Okay. So there are a set of lines in a plane. Okay, L1, L2 will be related if L1 is perpendicular to L2. If L1 is perpendicular to L2. See, ஒரு line, ஒரு இதான் plane வச்சுக்கோயேன். I'm having, there are lot of lines here like this. Okay va? I have lot of lines. I hope you know plane is nothing but a infinite lines. Correct? Plane is nothing but a infinite lines. Now I am going to take randomly two lines. If they both the lines are perpendicular, then it will be selected as a, it will be selected as a relation. Okay. Now whether it is reflexive. Reflexive na enna? So I'll take L1, L2. whether a same line can be L1 comma L1, same line can be perpendicular to itself? No. இப்ப எந்த லைனாவது அந்த லைனுக்கே பெர்பெண்டிகுலரா இருக்குமா? முடியாது. So it is not reflexive. Sir, whether it is symmetric? Yes, it is symmetric. Why? Because if L1 is perpendicular to L2, then L2 is perpendicular to L1. No issues on that. அப்ப இது symmetric, reflexive இல்ல, but symmetric. Guys, whether it is transitive?
No, sir. It's not.
Okay, not transitive?
It's not transitive. It's not transitive.
Sure? காரணம் சொல்ல முடியுமா? I can say a reason.
Yeah.
If I have a line, I'll take this L1, L2. Okay, I have L1, L2, which is perpendicular. Okay, and L2, okay, I'll take this as L1 and this as L2. Okay, L1, L2 perpendicular. L2, L3 perpendicular. L1, L2 perpendicular. L2, L3 perpendicular. But L1 and L3 are parallel. Correct? In this case, it will fail. ஒரு கேஸ்ல fail ஆனா போதும், it is failed. அவ்வளவுதான். That's what the transitive is. நான் சொல்றது புரியுதா? ஒரு கேஸ்ல fail ஆனா போதும், it becomes a non-transitive. So it is not transitive. It passed only in one thing. What is that? Symmetric. Symmetricல மட்டும் pass ஆயிடுச்சு. In reflexive and transitive, it failed. Okay, guys. In the place of perpendicular, if I make a parallel, L1 is parallel to L2. Whether it is reflexive? Yes. If a line, இதா L1, L1 க்கு L1 parallel தான். L1 க்கு L1 என்ன? Parallel தான். Okay, so it is parallel. So it is what? Reflexive. Whether it is symmetric? Yes, L1 comma L2 is parallel. L2 comma L1 என்ன parallel எல்லாம் போயிடுமா? Parallel. Whether it is transitive? Yes, it is transitive. Why? Because if L1 and L2 is parallel and L2 and L3 is parallel, definitely L1 and L3 also parallel. So the parallel became what? Equivalence relation. The parallel became what? Equivalence relation. I hope you guys got it right. புரிஞ்சுதா? Let me take all the triangles in the world. Let me take all the triangles in the world. Okay, நான் நிறைய triangles எடுத்துக்கிறேன். இப்போ அந்த triangles எல்லாமே if they are congruent, one minute. Yes. Okay, let me take similar. Okay, if I take many triangles are there. நிறைய triangles random இருக்கு. If I take two triangles, if the two triangles are similar, it will be related. T1 comma T2 will be related if they are similar. If they are similar. Guys, whether a triangle to itself will be similar? என்னடா இல்லன்ட்டீங்க? A same triangle ரா. To itself. Similar. A triangle to itself will be similar. ஆமா தானே? Yes. Whether it is reflexive then? Reflexive? Because any triangle, equilateral, similar. Right angle, similar. Isosceles, similar. Scale and similar. No issues. Right? Whether it is symmetric? If two triangles are similar, T1 comma T2 similar, T2 comma T1? Right? Sir, T1 comma T2 similar, T2 comma T3 similar. What about T1 and T3, guys? Similar. Whether we can conclude this as an equivalence relation? புரிஞ்சுதா? Huh? Okay. So time up, but guys, last ஒரே ஒரு topic, please bear with me for 2 minutes. I'll send you because நான் இத சொல்லலனா the class will not complete. Okay, see இங்க பாருங்க, what is equivalence class? See, equivalence class is nothing but டேய் பாருடா கிளாஸ்னாலே இதுக்கு என்ன தெரியுமா அர்த்தம்? இப்போ நீங்கெல்லாம் 12th கிளாஸ். காரணம் என்ன? You guys are related, everybody is related to 12th. நீங்க எல்லாரும் 12th. That's why we call this as a same class. இப்போ கிளாஸ்ன்ற வார்த்தைக்கு என்ன அர்த்தம்னா it's a group. கரெக்ட்டா? இங்க ஈக்குவலன்ஸ் குரூப்னா let me write your relation 1,1 2,2 3,3 1,3 3,1 then randomly எழுதிக்கிறேன்னா consider it to be a equivalence relation. Okay, 2,4 4,2 something ஏதோ ஒன்று எழுதியிருக்கேன். Okay, don't check whether it is equivalence or not. இப்போதைக்கு if I say equivalence class of 2 இந்த மாதிரி போடுவேன், பிராக்கெட் போட்டு உள்ள 2 போடுவேன். இதுக்கு என்ன அர்த்தம் தெரியுமா? what are all the element which is related to 2 னு பார்க்கணும். whether 2 is related to 2, yes 4 is related to 2, so this is called as equivalence class of 2. Said what is the equivalence class of 1, sir? What is 1? 1 3. Yes, are you getting? அதோட கோடொமைன் எழுதணும், அதோட ரேஞ்ச் எழுதணும், அதோட என்ன ரிலேட் ஆயிருக்கோ அது எழுதணும். Guys, are you getting? Are you getting? So, but this is only possible for equivalence relation. That's why we are calling it as equivalence class. வெறும் கிளாஸ்னா சும்மா போய்டும். Equivalence classனா it is possible only for the equivalence relation. Are you getting, guys? So today we seen the concept of relation, types of relation fulla பார்த்தாச்சு. Now some more sums we have to do, but concept is finished. என்னெல்லாம் பார்த்தோம் சொல்லுங்க பாப்போம். types of relation, number of relationலாம் பார்த்துட்டோம். இப்போ நம்ம இன்னைக்கு பார்த்தது reflexive, symmetric, transitive. இந்த மூணுத்தோட டெஃபினிஷனும் எப்பயுமே you want to write as per the book. நீங்களே எழுதக்கூடாது. see whatever in your book written in italic, லைட்டா வளைச்சு எழுதியிருப்பான், அதான் italic. that you are not supposed to change even a letter. ஒரு டாட் இருக்குன்னா டாட் இருக்கணும். are you getting, guys? so if your book, that is our max book, having any italic line, you are not supposed to change. You can able to see in the second page or third page, you will see the definition of our equivalence relation. It will be in italics. You are supposed to write as it is. புரிஞ்சுதா? So we come to know how to write a 2 mark question, 3 mark question, in 5 mark question in a equivalence relation, and we also know what is equivalence class. Any doubts in this, guys? Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Then bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.